Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a game changer for anyone who wants to supercharge their communication skills. Whether you're a professional looking to impress in the boardroom or someone who wants to nail that next presentation, this particular video is for you. I will give you 6 powerful secrets which will help you articulate like a pro. But before we dive in, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like your message gets lost in translation? Or perhaps you struggle to keep your audience engaged? Well, today I've got the keys to unlock the secrets of powerful articulation, the kind that leaves a lasting impact. Before I give out the secrets to you, let's quickly look into the 2 critical aspects that every communication deals with. Both of these which result in the net impact of your speech on your audience's mind. The first aspect of any communication is that which represents your linguistic learning, your habits of speaking and your expressions and so on. This particular aspect is the one that you can easily sharpen and improve over time with practice. The second aspect, however, is the psychological one, which includes your tensions, your anxieties and your fears. These can either cause you to speak in a particular way, or these emotions can be the result of your speech pattern itself from your childhood beliefs. This aspect would need you to work on your self-confidence and your inner beliefs. Definitely more practice will help improve this as well. So with this said, let's dive into the first secret of how you can articulate your message perfectly. Alright, first things first, clarity and conciseness is critical. Imagine explaining a complex project to your team and they just get it all. How happy would you feel then? That's the power of simplicity. While communicating, break down certain key terms and use simple language instead of a complex vocabulary. So picture this. You're presenting a project plan to your team and you want everybody on board. You need to remember that not everyone has the best vocabulary sense. Even if they do, unless the words are familiar, sometimes it is slow to digest the meanings and even to internalize and understand it clearly. By using straightforward language, you will ensure that everyone is on the same page, making sure your team is more cohesive and productive. Let's say as a PM, you state the following sentence to your team. We will utilize a straightforward approach for efficient implementation. Here, to simplify and increase conciseness and hence clarity, instead of saying the word utilize, simply saying the word use would help in a crystal clear communication, is it not? As a result, your statement would then be refined as, we will use a straightforward approach for efficient implementation. See how easy it sounds to understand this way. Couple of additional things you need to keep in mind here though. When you have technical terms to talk about, define these terminologies in a way in which even a non-specialist can easily understand. That means you need to use layman's lingo as much as possible, unless you are 100% sure that all stakeholders are comfortable with the terms used by you. The second point is that you can use analogies or metaphors to simplify complex concepts by giving the audience something to visualize or compare inside their minds when they hear you speak. With these being followed, the clarity and conciseness of your message would be good enough. Next up is practicing active listening. I am sure you have been in meetings where it feels like people are just talking past each other. Does anything ring a bell? You know, active listening is the key to avoiding exactly that. It is always the best practice to pay full attention and reflect on what was said before offering your response. I know it is easier said than done. So how do you do this? To begin with, maintain eye contact to show your engagement when somebody else is speaking. Consciously avoid interrupting the other person until there is a logical pause from their side. Make it a habit by practicing it. Let's say your manager tells you to prioritize customer satisfaction over vendor constraints as a KPI. Having listened to what your manager says, you could rephrase it as, if I understand correctly, you are suggesting we focus on customer satisfaction first. Then after, you can continue saying anything else you may want to say to your manager. It is a good idea to repeat back key points mentioned by the other person to show your understanding of their point of view. This also demonstrates empathy along with active listening. Being a leader, imagine you are in a brainstorming session with your team and ideas are just flying left and right. By actively listening and reflecting on your team's input, you are not only showing respect, but you are also ensuring that everybody is feeling heard. This can lead to a groundbreaking innovation set or stronger team dynamics or both. Now, Let's talk about pacing your speech. Have you ever listened to someone who talks a mile a minute and you can't catch a single word that they are saying? It is like verbal gymnastics when they do that, is it not? We will explore the art of slowing down your pace and using strategic pauses to emphasize specific points. Imagine you are presenting financial data in a board meeting. Let's say you present all the financial analytics and KPI in multiple slides. Let's assume that towards the end of the presentation, you say something like this. In conclusion, our financial stability is crucial. I am sure you don't think we could have achieved these numbers without the sales conversions. Do you agree? Instead of being so fast-paced, it would do a lot more justice and you could be more diligent if you instead said the same thing like this. In conclusion, our financial stability is crucial. And you take a pause. Later continue saying, I am sure you don't think we could have achieved these numbers without the sales conversions. Do you agree? Did you notice the difference in the two styles of saying the same thing? By slowing down the pace and strategically pausing, we give our stakeholders the chance to absorb the information. It is like creating a symphony of understanding. Sometimes we can also use pauses before the key points in order to build up anticipation. For example, when I say, let me emphasize the importance of this point, and then I take a pause. It creates curiosity in the mind of the listener and makes them anticipate the next sentence with greater attention when I say it. So, in essence, pace and proper pause helps you articulate better. Now, let's turn up the volume on vocal variety. Have you ever listened to a monotonous speaker and felt your eyelids getting heavy? I am sure it reminds you of some teacher from your school days in most cases. Well, the magic here is in the pitch, the tone and volume variations in order to convey your emotions and also to emphasize your key points. Think of yourself announcing a big achievement of your team by increasing your volume for enthusiasm and by decreasing it when you want to emphasize on a point. You would actually turn even a mundane update into a rallying cry. It's all about adding that extra layer of impact. Try to use variations in tone to highlight important information. Since each person's personality is different, you should experiment with different pitches to express emotions in your own natural way and stick to your originality of your style. Let's say you're a sales manager at a firm and you meet with your boss regularly in a monthly cadence meeting. Let's say your team has bagged a $2 million contract this month, but it has got some vendor-related logistical challenge which needs resolution in order to execute the order. Assuming you want to update your boss about it in your cadence meet, one way of saying this to your boss could be, Dear boss, we have secured a $2 million contract, but we are trying to solve the logistics problem with vendors to execute this order. It would be much better articulated when you say like this instead. Hey boss, I am thrilled to announce about our latest achievement of securing a $2 million contract. Now, let's discuss challenges in executing this particular order. I hope you notice the variation in energy levels which directly mean better articulation. With this, it is time to get physical with body language awareness. Your non-verbal cues can speak louder than your words actually. Remember to maintain a good posture and use gestures in order to enhance your overall communication, especially when you are in an in-person or a video meet with the other side. When you lead a team discussion on a challenging project, by maintaining a good posture and using open gestures, you would create an environment of openness and sincerity. This is how the audience perceive you when the gestures are right for the situation. It's like saying, I am here and I am ready to collaborate with you. Please remember that your team and colleagues want to be reassured about what you are saying, and for this, displaying your confidence is the key. A straight posture while sitting or a standing posture while communicating are two ways to ensure the display of confidence. You can use hand gestures to complement the point you are making, but do not make wrong gestures for expressing something which you don't actually speak about. For example, a writing gesture is confusing when you talk about the last night's sleep that you had, is it not? Okay, so the last secret, but not the least, let's talk about structuring your message. Have you ever sat through a presentation and you felt like a roller coaster with no tracks that it was? The key is in organizing your thoughts logically and with a clear introduction, a body and a conclusion before it comes out even as a speech or a presentation delivery. Imagine presenting a proposal to your potential clients. By using signposts to guide them through your speech, you keep them engaged and ensure that they follow your narratives clearly. You should clearly outline the purpose of your message in your introduction itself. It's like creating a roadmap for success. For example of a statement, consider something like this. First, the market analysis reveals the key challenges. Second, our innovative solutions. This would preset the audience's mind to look at the market analysis from a problem identification mindset, since they have been told so earlier. What this would also do is it would enhance their participation and involvement in the discussion to a greater degree and also avoids confusions in their minds. Preparation and rehearsal of the content before the actual delivery or presentation is highly recommended practice to ensure your structural integrity of your communication content. So, there you have it, the 6 secrets to powerful articulation. But here is the exciting part. I want to help you personally. If you really are serious about leveling up your leadership game, especially in this AI ecosystem that we live in, I am offering a one-on-one coaching session for the first 15 people who sign up. Let's deep dive into your specific challenges and tailor a plan for your success in your career and your leadership growth. Click on the link in the description below to sign up for a one-on-one call with me. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Also, share it with someone who needs a communication boost. Remember, your words have the power to shape your success. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep articulating like a pro.